and say how be ya. Gee, but I'm glad to see ya, pal. How's tricks? What's new? Love thy neighbor, and you will find your labor a great deal easier. Life will be breezier if you love thy neighbor.
Telephone.
I didn't think it was the alarm clock.
I'll get it, don't bother.
I wasn't going to.
Hello?
Bernard, it's the vicar.
Oh, hello, Vicar. Yes, Vicar. Certainly, Vicar. No, not at all, Vicar. OK, bye, Vicar. That was the Vicar.
Really? You sure it wasn't Raquel Welsh?
No, it was definitely the Vicar. How would Raquel Welsh get our telephone number?
Well, perhaps she thought it was Eddie, and when you answered, she pretended to be the vicar.
No, it was the Vicar. He just wanted to make sure I was OK for the big cricket match this arvo.
Morning all. Was that the phone?
Yeah, but don't worry, it wasn't Raquel Welsh for you.
Excuse me. Morning all. Was that the phone? I just thought we'd start again.
Morning, Eddie. Don't worry about Bernard. He's just a bit excited about the big cricket match today. He gets a bit confused sometimes.
He gets confused, dear me.
You're late getting up?
No, as a matter of fact, been up for ages, dear.
You all right, Eddie?
Yes. No, as I was having a shave just now, I looked in the mirror and I thought, what a wonderful thing the human body is. I mean, take my brain. It's a marvellous piece of equipment, you know.
Perhaps you could lend it to Bernard once in a while.
I've got one. I've had one for ages.
It was a joke, Bernard.
I mean, look at my hand. Look at my hand. I mean, my hand can pick up that cup of tea. And it looks simple, doesn't it? But it's not, you see, because first, my eyes have got to see that cup of tea. And they send a message to my brain. Would you like a cup of tea, brain? Yes, the brain says, sends a message to my taste buds. Would you like a cup of tea, taste buds? Yes, comes the reply. Ah, says the brain. And sends a message down my arm to my hand. Pick up that cup of tea, hand, and put it to your lips. Isn't that a miracle?
It certainly is. For a start, it's coffee.
Time to sing. What's that you're eating, son? Noddy and big ears?
No, Eddie, I'm reading the rules of cricket.
Oh, how to play winning cricket. Must have been written by an Englishman.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? I mean, it's our game. We invented it. That's why we're better at it than anybody else. You ought to send a couple of copies of that to the Australian Test team.
What are you going to do today, Eddie?
Oh, I've got a full day planned today, love.
Oh, going drinking, eh?
No, that's where you're wrong. No, I intend to devote the whole of today to sport. Ah, yes, indeed. Saturdays in England, eh? The crack of willow on leather, the crunch of studs on turf, the thud of boot in face.
I didn't know you were a sportsman.
Oh, yes, dear, yes. First, you've got football focus at 12:30, followed by grandstand, then all-in wrestling. Then we've got sports report, and eventually we've got match of the day in the evening.
An armchair sportsman. You won't get fit that way.
I'll tell you what, love. If you follow a team as good as Manchester United, you've got to be fit to watch them.
Hello, anybody home?
Hello, here he is, the Incredible Hulk.
I heard that, you pommy perv. Thanks, Digger.
Come on, you two. It's too early in the day for all that.
I'm only pulling his leg, dear.
Bales.
Pardon?
Nowhere in this book does it give the way to the Bales.
Hello. Jiminy Cricket's off again.
Well, it's just that I want to learn every single rule. Then I can't be caught out on a technicality.
You're quite right, Bernard. I mean, we wouldn't want the game held up for a couple of hours with everybody arguing over the size of your bales, would we?
Time. I better get going. I promised the vicar's wife I'd help her out with the refreshment stall.
Ah, we'll give you a lift, Joyce. Bernard and I have got to pick up the gear from the club.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yeah. You want to come for the drive, Eddie?
No, thank you, Bernard. I think I'll just sit here and prepare myself for the afternoon ahead.
How long does it take to fluff up a couple of lounge cushions?
And that's where you're wrong, dear. I mean, you tell me this. What have all top sportsmen got in common?
Nice blazers.
Dedication. They are dedicated to everything that's noble in sport, just as I am dedicated. No. I think I'll sit here quietly and meditate prior to the game on the true and inner meaning of sport.
So you're not coming to the club, then?
We'd have time for a few beers, which, as is the custom, being the vice-captain, I will buy.
Come on, then, let's get going. Come on. We'll be back for the all-in wrestling at 12 o'clock. Let's go.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, lads. How are you?
Go, fellas.
Service, please.
G'day, Pom.
2 pints of your finest ale, landlord. A drink for my friends at the table there, and have one for yourself while you're at it.
My, what's caused this sudden burst of generosity, Eddie? You won the pools? Or did you suddenly work out how to open your wallet?
Just for that, I'll have half a dozen warm tinnies to take away. You see, son, you should never doubt the generosity of an Englishman when it comes to putting his hand in his pocket. Anyway, Jim's paying.
Hey, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between leg and fine leg?
Well, I'll tell you. You see, all women have legs. But Betty Grable, she had a fine leg.
Betty who?
Age shall not wither. Thank you, son. Cheers. God bless.
Didn't you buy me one?
Well, I wasn't sure how much you want to spend.
Tight-fisted Pommy.
All right. I'll get the next shout.
You wouldn't shout if a shark bit you. Give us a big one, Cyril.
How do you reckon you'll go in the game today, Jim?
Ah, can't miss, mate.
Ah, yes. Like the Australian test team. Oh, test team, eh? They couldn't test a baby's bathwater.
You've seen bathwater, have you?
Hey, Eddie, I went up to Warragamba Lion Park the other week.
Hello, here we go again.
Yeah, it's a lovely place. They got a big sign just at the front gate as you go in. It says, adults in cars admission $2. Children in cars admission $1. Pommies on push bikes admission free.
Hey, listen, Phil, tell me something. Why do Aussies wear slouch hats?
Go ahead, fill me in.
Well, I'll tell you this, William. Because when an Englishman tells them something they didn't know, they go, wish I'd thought of that.
Half a dozen warm tinnies.
Stumps. How wide are the stumps?
Bernard, even if you knew, what difference would it make?
Well, you said it's dedication that makes a top sportsman.
It is. Dedication and being born English.
What? What a lot of bull.
It is not a lot of bull. Sporting ability is acquired through centuries of fine breeding. It's in the blood, handed down from generation to generation. I mean, eventually becomes a natural talent, which means one great nation bestrides the world like a cricketing colossus.
The West Indies.
How come you know so much about cricket?
Well, it may interest you to know that as a young lad, I was a very promising cricketer. Yes, I started my cricket career at Old Trafford, where for 2 seasons I was senior ball boy.
They don't have ball boys in cricket.
I was an all-rounder.
What position did you play in the team, Eddie?
Bernard, need you ask? Opening batsman.
You, opening bat.
Yes, indeed. It was my job to go out there and break the spirit of the fast bowlers.
How'd you do that? Show 'em your baby pictures.
With a wide variety of strokes, drives, hooks, half volleys. Didn't matter to me, mate. I just got the runs.
The Australian team got the runs in the West Indies.
Must have been something they ate.
Did Did you ever do any bowling, Eddie?
Did I ever do any bowling, Eddie? How could you? Of course I did some bowling. By God, I was fast. Do you know, Bernard, I was so fast, even on the slow motion replay, I was still fast.
God, give it a break, will you? Hey, Eddie, you remember I was telling you about that lion park?
Oh, he never learns, this lad, does he?
Well, a pommy went up there the other day, took his push bike, got in for nothing, and he was pedalling down the street looking at all the animals, when suddenly this dirty big lion jumped at him from behind a bush, knocked him off the bike. His bike went one way, he went the other way. He was stunned, laid there, petrified, couldn't move. And the lion crept up on him, his tail lashing, his eyes glaring, his foam-flecked fangs flashing. He took one sniff, went over and ate the push bike.
All right, clever clogs, you tell me something. Tell me the name of the only English captain to come to Australia, never scored a run, never took a wicket, but he still went home undefeated.
There's never been any such captain.
Oh, yes, there has. He was a Yorkshireman.
Who then?
Captain Cook.
I'm off. Hey, you haven't paid for your tinnies.
No, you have.
$9.50. $9.50?
A trifling amount. Keep the change, son.
Thanks,
Come
Eddie.
on, Bommy, come on.
$10. Oh, g'day, Vicar. Hey, what's your language, fellas? Why, this is a pleasant surprise. Now, you're not going to give us a speech on temperance, are you, and put me out of business?
Oh, no, Cyril. I'm looking for Jim Lawson and Bernard. Are they here?
You just missed them. Left a few minutes ago.
Oh, dear.
Hey, your side ought to do all right today, Vicar.
Why is that, Cyril?
Well, if things aren't going okay, you can always ask the boss to send down a shower or two.
That would be extremely unethical. Besides, we tried it last year. Didn't work.
Cigarettes, matches, meat pies, beer, toilet rolls, and no interruptions. Like Saturday afternoon. Larry, that Bernard's forgotten his key again. You know, sometimes I think you've got your brains in your bum. Sorry, mate, I thought it was a neighbourhood kids.
Is Bernard in, please?
No, he's just nicked out with Jim to pick up some cricket gear.
Would it be all right if I wait for them?
Certainly. What do you want now?
Could I come in, please?
Oh, if you must, come in, get yourself in.
You must be the pommy I hear so much about.
Eddie Bood's the name, Squire. What's yours?
Call me Richard.
Sit yourself down, Dick. You fancy a tinny?
No, thank you, Eddie.
Got stuck into it last night, did you?
No. I rarely, if ever, indulge in alcohol.
You're not a bloody Jehovah's Witness, are you?
No. Church of England.
Church of it? So am I. God. Do you know, it's funny we haven't met at church.
Oh. Do you go?
Oh, yes, every Sunday. Matter of fact, the old vicar's a great mate of mine, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny, I have never seen you there.
Well, perhaps you don't go often enough. Church is not something to be taken lightly, you know.
Oh, I do know.
As I was only saying to the old vicar last Sunday, there's more to this heaven and hell business than meets the eye.
He's old, is he?
Oh, yes. Something left behind by the early missionaries, I'd say.
Really?
Are you playing in this cricket this afternoon, then, kid?
Yes, I certainly am. I keep wickets.
Oh, yes,
What about
sir.
you?
No. I've got too much on. Mind you, not that they didn't ask me. No, they practically went down on their bending knees when they heard I'd played for Lancashire.
Oh, you played for Lancashire.
Oh, yes, indeed. The crack of willow on leather. Do you follow cricket yourself, son?
No, not really.
Well, then you wouldn't have seen me play. opening batsman I was, you know.
I'm sure we might be able to find a place for you in today's team. I think the vicar would be delighted to have you.
I'm sure the old codger would. Mind you, you know, there's a strong tie between cricket and the Bible.
There is?
Oh, yes, indeed, yes. I mean, the Bible's full of cricket references.
Oh, I don't think so.
It bloody is, mate. I mean, ashes to ashes. Mind you, that should have been ashes to England. And what? No, wait a minute. What is the name of the most famous cricket ground in the world? Lord's. I do believe as well that the word test is a derivation from the word testament.
Eddie, where in the Bible do they show the cricket scores?
The Book of Numbers.
You'll be telling me there's a complete scorecard in there next.
Only in the later editions. You know, son, you really ought to read your Bible more and go to church. Christian. Oh. Hello, there they are, the dynamic duo. Dear me. Come in, lads. I've got a mate of yours in there, your wicket-keeper.
Oh, he's very good.
Is he? Well, I hope he knows more about cricket than he does about bloody religion.
Hello, Vicar. You've met Eddie, then?
Oh, yes, at last. We seem to have missed each other every Sunday.
Just my little joke, Vicar. I'll put a bit extra in the plate on Sunday. Mind you, you ought to wear something to let people know who you are. I mean, an armband with Vic on or something like that. Yes, well, I just pop off to Melbourne for a few days.
Vicar, we're in big trouble.
How big?
We need a 12th man. Wally Robson's taken crook and can't play.
My God.
If we could get him, we'd be all right.
Yeah, well, if Wally's crook, it looks like we'll need him.
There must be someone. But who?
There you are, Mick. Thank you, mate. Now, what's your poison, Jim?
3 beers, please, Cyril.
You find a replacement for Wally yet?
Not really. We've just got Eddie, the unsteady.
Don't forget, Jim, Eddie's played for Lancashire.
Bernard, I bet you still believe in Peter Pan.
Did he play for Lancashire?
Hey, where is Booth the Bat?
Last time I saw him, he was running up and down the corridor.
Loosening up, he said.
More like falling apart.
I reckon he's a bit nervous, then.
Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
I reckon you're wrong about him, Jim. I reckon Eddie's going to be the local hero.
More like the local zero.
Hey, Eddie was telling me he was quite a demon bowler, Jim.
We'll see, Cyril. We'll see. Oh, by the way, Slasher, you'd better wear one of these.
What is it?
A protector.
A funny sort of protector? What's it for, to keep the flies off? Do I wear it round my neck or something?
Yeah, you tie it round your something.
Do you mean to say it's to protect my...
Your family crest, yes.
Yeah, I thought they bowled at the wicket.
Well, you never know with these fast bowlers, as you know, Eddie. And who knows what sort of a mood Lily will be in today.
Eddie can handle it.
Excuse me, did you say Lily?
Yeah.
D. Lily?
Is that the Lily?
Yeah. Oh, thank heavens we've got you. The Burwood Bombers are a tough team, and with a terror like Lily to lead them...
Hang on a minute. Do you mean to say that Lily's opening the attack?
Yeah.
Bloody Nora. Who's our opening batsman?
Well, the Vicar's number 1.
Dominus vobiscum.
And you're number 2.
Ah! Oh! It's gone.
Gone where?
There's the cartilage. You see, I've got a war wound. You see, I've got the steel pin right through, and it rusts up every now and again and causes it... I'll never forgive those Germans. Oh, it's moving. It's going to my side now. Oh.
Well, this is terrible. We better call a doctor.
No, you're right, better. No, don't let the side down. Ah. Oh, it's better now. I'm okay, son.
You sure?
Yes, look at that. Steady as a rock.
Oh, gee, you had me worried there for a minute, Eddie.
Comes and goes, Bernard, comes and goes.
Ah! Oh! Run again. Oh, dear me, the pain. Oh, terrible. Oh, it's the worst it's ever been. Oh, don't worry about me, lads.
We're not.
It is bad, honestly. Oh, dear.
Hey, Eddie,
Yes, Bernard.
why have elephants got big ears?
I don't know, Bernard. Why?
'Cause Noddy wouldn't pay the ransom.
I don't know about a doctor. I think we send her for a bloody vet about you, honestly.
Come on, let's leave him.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a match to play.
Oh, sorry, lads. Sorry about that, lads.
$2.40.
All the pain. Oh, dear.
Does that hurt?
No, your hands are cold.
How's that?
Now, that's all right.
Well, does this hurt?
Of course it hurts.
I mean, you if I went in, wouldn't it?
Tell me, how long have you had these pains?
This afternoon, just before we phoned you up. Incidentally, what kept you?
I had an important engagement.
Oh, dear. An operation?
No, I was at the cricket.
It's marvelous, eh? I'm here dying and you're watching the bloody cricket?
Now, just don't move. I'll be right back. I've got to make a phone call.
Is he all right, Doctor?
No, he doesn't need the undertaker yet.
Hey, guess what?
Don't tell me. Noddy paid the ransom.
We thrashed the Burwood Bombers for the first time.
What about Lily?
She was off form.
She?
Yeah, I reckon she's getting a bit past it.
Oh, she got a share of wickets all right, but our bats were too good on the day.
Well, she? What are you talking about, she?
Denise Lilly is Dennis Lilly's aunt.
But what was she doing with the Burwood Bombers?
The Burwood Bombers is a ladies' team.
Yeah, I thought we told you. Today's game was a charity match.
Yeah, mixed games are quite common. Just a fun way of raising money. Nobody takes it too seriously.
Not what you said this morning.
Oh, it's just that we've never beaten them before, but our bats were too good in the day. And guess who scored 60? Not our.
Don't tell me you.
No, our Bernard here.
What? He's never held a bat before in his life.
Natural talent.
Well, I'm glad to hear he's good at something. What about my replacement?
Oh, that was easy.
Couldn't find a man with equal experience, though, would you?
Now, let me tell you something, Eddie. We found a replacement who's a better man than you any day.
Who?
Me! You missed a great match, Eddie.
Yeah, so they tell me.
Oh, you poor old thing. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, dear. I'll survive. It's clearing up.
On the contrary, Mr. Booth, I've just called for the ambulance.
Ambulance? What for?
You have appendicitis. I've booked the theatre. You'll be on the table within the hour.
Jolly
Walk up and say I'll be gee, but I'm glad to see your pal house bricks. What's new? Love thy neighbor, and you will find your labor a great deal easier. Life will be breezier